Sul tema del 5G, prima bisogna fare chiarezza nel dire che cosa permetterà di fare il 5G rispetto a oggi. Allora, quello che il 5G permetterà di fare rispetto a oggi è sostanzialmente avere molta più velocità, molta più banda, quindi poter trasmettere più dati più rapidamente, ma soprattutto permetterà che l'effetto latenza, quindi il tempo in cui un segnale torna indietro, il tempo in cui il mio dito tocca il tavolo e il mio cervello si accorge che c'è stata questo contatto, permetterà di portarlo sotto i 8-9 millisecondi, che è appunto una reazione quasi di sensibilità fisica. Questo nei fatti vuol dire che si potrà collegare oggetti, si potrà collegare robot, si potrà collegare tutto e avere una remotizzazione di tutti i controlli, dalle serrature delle porte che diventeranno elettriche, alle macchine che leggeranno ovviamente chi attraversa la strada se posso girare o no, ai sistemi medici, quindi avere in tempo reale le condizioni di una persona e iniettare magari o rilasciare una sostanza medica che è necessaria per le condizioni della salute, cioè si potrà fare tutto in remoto quasi istantaneamente. Questo non arriva il primo giorno, questo arriva nel tempo. Ai sistemi medici, quindi avere in tempo reale le condizioni di una persona e iniettare magari o rilasciare una sostanza medica che è necessaria per le condizioni della salute.
Patch is a dime-sized patch of needles that are so tiny you can barely see them with the naked eye. And within this dime there'd be 100 or so of these tiny needles that are so small that when you place them on the skin, they don't cause any pain, even after they penetrate the skin. And they are biodegradable because they can dissolve in water. Because they are needles, you can use them for an injection of a vaccine or even drugs such as insulin.
Full of immune cells. And scientists now know that this is a very effective area for the application of vaccines and other life-saving drugs. The pharmaceutical industry is waking up to the fantastic opportunity of microneedles. And we're working on a new process to turn the whole concept of microneedles into a commercially viable proposition.
With current silicon technology, we're limited by single-length microneedles. With the plastic technology, we're aiming to have two lengths of needles, which will allow us to inoculate two layers within the skin. It should make more effective use of the vaccination.
The big innovative step here is that we're moving away from semiconductor technology into the world of plastics. An investment to set up a plant is much less with plastics. This next investment will enable us to move forward from proof of concept into lab-scale manufacturing. The next big step for us is alliances and commercial partnerships with healthcare companies and big pharmaceutical companies to develop new products using our
novel way to record a patient's vaccination history, storing the data in a pattern of dye invisible to the naked eye that is delivered under the skin at the same time as the vaccine. In areas where paper vaccination cards are often lost or do not exist at all, and electronic databases are unheard of, this technology could enable the rapid and anonymous detection of patient vaccination history to ensure that every child is vaccinated. The researchers showed that their new dye, which consists of nanocrystals called quantum dots, can remain for at least 5 years under the skin, where it emits near-infrared light that can be detected by a specially equipped smartphone. Several years ago, the MIT team set out to devise a method for recording vaccination information in a way that doesn't require a centralized database or other infrastructure. Many vaccines, such as the vaccine for measles, mumps, and rubella, require multiple doses spaced out at certain intervals. Without accurate records, children may not receive all of the necessary doses. In order to be protected against most pathogens, one needs multiple vaccinations.
completamente. Il sistema di gestione degli edifici cambia completamente, noi non avremo più alle entrate, non ci sarà più bisogno di passare un badge, ci sarà il riconoscimento facciale e chi deve entrare entra, chi non deve entrare non entra.
Improving lives, increasing connectivity across the world. That's the great promise offered by data-driven technology. But in China, it also promises greater state control and abuse of power.
Stop killing innocent people! Stop killing
This is the next groundbreaking development in data-driven technology, facial recognition. And in China, you can already withdraw cash, check in at airports, and pay for goods using just your face. The country is the world's leader in the use of this emerging technology. And China's many artificial intelligence startups are determined to keep it that way in the future. Companies like Yitu,
We're pioneering artificial intelligence research and innovation in the hope of creating a safer, faster, and healthier world.
第一次发现，参加展会可以不必排队。
Yitu is creating the building blocks for a smart city of the future, where facial recognition is part of everyday life. This could even extend to detecting what people are thinking.
人工智能
Facial recognition, they can read people's emotions, and we are actually now working on these innovative demonstrations and technology.
But the Chinese government has plans to use this new biometric technology to cement its authoritarian rule. The country has ambitious plans to develop a vast national surveillance system based on facial recognition. It'll be used to monitor its 1.4 billion citizens in unprecedented ways, with the capability of tracking everything from their emotions to their sexuality. The primary means will be a vast network of CCTV cameras. 170 million are already in place, and an estimated 400 million new ones will be installed over the next 3 years. The authorities insist this program will allow them to improve security for citizens. And if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. But not everyone is convinced.
这个摄像头现在已经是到处等于是无处不在了。
Hong Zhengquai is a former magazine editor who was ousted by the government. He feels like he's under constant surveillance. Already the authorities are using facial recognition to name and shame citizens, even for minor offences like jaywalking. In Beijing, they're using the technology to prevent people stealing rolls of loo paper from public toilets. And across China, police officers are now trialling sunglasses and body cameras loaded with facial and gesture recognition technology. It's helping them to identify wanted suspects in real time. What worries some people here is that as the technology develops, so too does the capacity for it to be abused, ways to violate the human rights of its citizens. What's already happening in Xinjiang is a warning the rest of the world must heed.
I'm going to say one more thing. They haven't done a very good job about protecting public health, but they've done a very good job at using the quarantine to bring 5G into all of our communities and to shift us all, to begin the process of shifting us all to a digital currency, which is the beginning of slavery. Because if they control your bank account, they control your behavior. And we all see these advertisements on television saying 5G is coming to your community. It's going to be a great thing for all of you. It's going to change your lives. It's going to make all of your lives so much better. And it's very convincing, I have to say. Because I look at those ads and I think, that's great, I can hardly wait till it gets here. And then, because I'm going to be able to download a video game in 6 seconds instead of 16 seconds. And is that why they're spending $5 trillion on 5G? No. The reason is for surveillance and data harvesting. It's not for you and me, it's for Bill Gates, it's for Jeffrey Zuckerberg, and it's for Bezos and all of the other billionaires. Bill Gates says that his satellite fleet will be able to look at every square inch of the planet 24 hours a day. But that's only the beginning. He also will be able to follow you on all of your smart devices through biometric facial recognition, through your GPS. You think that Alexis is working for you.
No!
She isn't working for you, she's working for Bill Gates, spying on you. And the pandemic is a crisis of convenience for the elites who are dictating these policies. It gives them the ability to obliterate the middle class, to destroy the institutions of democracy, to shift all of our wealth from all of us to a handful of billionaires to make themselves rich by impoverishing the rest of us. And the only thing between them and our children is this crowd that has come to Berlin, telling them today, you are not going to take away our freedom, you are not going to poison our children, we are going to demand our democracy back. Thank you all very much for fighting.